And good morning everybody, my name is so we are playing Farming Simulator 22 on Glenleathann. It is August 2. August 1, we cut lots of grass. And we stuck it in one of our bunkers. There it all is, sitting nice and covered and compacted and fermenting, and it's probably about 10% done, 20% done, not bad. I had to move all of our vehicles out. We did get a bigger loading wagon, so that's a thing, and it has silage additive, so that's also a thing. I think I left everything else down here. And my PC's beeping for a reason. Don't know. So we have £68,000 in the bank. 2 loans. And a field of corn. Actually, we got 2 fields of corn. So that's a good thing. Here we are. Now this is probably going to be a little tricky. I think we can... let's start the engine. I don't know if I can fit this under the tree. That might be a problem. We might need to look into some form of forestry in the coming years. But for right now, I'm going to try and sneak that into there. And... oh, I got that. Was that on the plan? Yes. It also appears to be rather damaged. Not there, there. So we now have a small tractor, and it was only very cheap. 194 horsepower. And I thought, I like that as a horsepower tractor. It's super cheap, so it's going to be very efficient to keep running. 40 months old, and hours. 25 hours. And we'll discuss things like that in a while. Stuff on sale at the moment. We've got a whole truck of these things. 300 horsepower stuff. There's a Fendt 900. I was talking about that last week. I said I would really like a Fendt 900 Favorite. 260 horsepower. It's a heavy frame tractor. And this comes up. But I can't afford it. There's a Mega Roller, which I can't afford. There's a Massey Ferguson 8F, which again would go on the high side of what we like, or might like, although that one's only a 205 horsepower. There's a truck, and there's a sprayer. Anyway, sprayer would be good. We do want to get into spraying at some time, but not right now. Meanwhile, let's turn this thing on and get it unfolded and get that up, and let's try. Okay, let's try getting into the field with this. Now I think the issue we're going to have here is eventually I'm going to be out of range of that. So I'm going to do is field full of weeds or something? I don't know. Carefully jump over there. Oh, it does have weeds in it. Well, who knew? I thought I ploughed the ground anyway. It's got weeds in it. There is nothing I can do right now. So I'm going to edge that forward a bit. Jump back into that. That's going to adversely affect our yield, which is a little unfortunate. Okay. So I think this is now well inside the field. We should be able to. .3 rounded edges. We're going round clockwise. Headland first. Field centre, we're just going to do up or down. That's fine. Thing with a forage harvester is they do up and downs quite nicely. Because they can dump on both sides. Somewhere around here. Oh, I've got the arrow switched off. Okay. I think we can set that running. And it will stop almost immediately until we get back into here. Now, I'm probably going to need to back this off. Well, son of a gun. I didn't realise that was going to come up with weeds. I suppose I should have thought of... No, this wasn't... This was planted straight with corn. So by doing this, where the heck... let's try this again. Let's back off the tractor. I think... I did that wrong. Okay, that should work. Because we missed the first waypoint, I'm going to have to go nearest. But I am going to have to chew up some crop here. It does appear to have a at least some small capacity. He's now set up to the right course. Get back in the class. So yes, as I was saying, we have a small advantage here. This is a very small header, but it does mean I can come up a little bit alongside the harvester so that I don't have to be too much concerned with how much headland I have. And then once we're in the field, the grass headland actually gets a little bit wider. Anyway, how is our supply doing? So we have a huge trailer now. Last time we did this, we had about 22,000 litre trailer. Now we're running round about 50. It might still be difficult to get out. And then the plan is, once this field is done, we'll get it cultivated and sown with grass for the winter. And I did look up some agricultural stuff on Scotland this morning. One of the things is we have, I'm just going to have to drive through this to keep in close. We have the premium edition coming out this month. In fact, this coming week, Tuesday, which includes red beets, carrots, and parsnips. Scotland does produce a sizable amount of carrots, not so much as their potato crop. I mean, you're talking 5 times as much potatoes compared with carrots, but still, it's a crop that is produced in Scotland we could make use of. So we may look at going into carrots. Apparently carrots has become food for horses with the premium edition. Although we're playing Maize Plus, so that's completely different anyway. But they also do turnips and it's not parsnips. They do a whole bunch of root crops, so we could claim, yeah, we can do parsnips and red beets and sugar beets. Okay, they're not a big crop in Scotland. Biggest arable crop, I believe, is spring barley. By a factor of about 90% of the barley is spring barley and about 10% is winter.
Daddy,
Hi.
can we have some hot Cheetos?
Can you have some what?
Hot Cheetos.
I don't know if we got any.
Okay, I'm gonna check.
I think we have hot. Oh yes, we do have hot Fritos, Cheeto things.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, distracted. Yes, so we have. We can do root crops if we want to, and I think that might be a thing we look into. And let's jump back into the harvester. Buttons. We'll turn that off for a minute. And take this down to the farm. So it looks like I might be able to get out of here. Oh, yes, that's a thing. So there was a patch this week, and the map got patched this week. So, ow. I kind of figured that might happen. I think I'm running over crop. Okay. I think there's nothing for it. I am going to have to destroy some of the crop along the edge of this field just to get in and out. Coming back, we'll drive round, so it won't be too much of an issue. Is a little tight. I'm guessing it's going to be much easier to get out of here later. Right about now, this is a long trailer, a big tractor, and I am completely stuck. Yes, indeed. Whoa. So fortunately I haven't messed with the hedges on this map yet. I may need to start thinking about doing that so we have a little bit more access into the fields. And if I do that, it's going to cause... Yeah, updating the map, we may end up with holes in the middle of hedges or hedgerows, and the hedges we've already cut down all messed up. So, I'm kind of hoping that where we're at now, oh, that button, okay. I can push that button, I'm not proud. Now we are using silage additive in the tractor, so that is going to give us a yield boost as well. Oh, sorry, in the harvester. So that is going to give us a yield boost anyway. Yeah, this map not really designed for this size of equipment, but it's going to be it's going to make things quicker. So it's a trade-off between practicality and general transporting speed. But yeah, sorry, so we were talking about barley. Barley's generally planted in the spring, so I think for the most part, any winter crop that we plant is going to be grass and silage. Silage is a very big crop in Scotland. So we'll do grass silage frequently and have a big spring silage crop, and then for the rest of it, if we plant barley during winter, or if we plant barley in the spring, then that will go straight down on grass, and we'll harvest it normal times for barley. May whole crop it, but at the moment I do not have a third silo. But that could become an option later. Is we can whole crop it. We can run 3 different crops for silage. We will harvest, and I'm trying to destroy all of this as we go, so it's not just sitting there in the corner annoying me. So the major cereal crop is barley by a significant margin. Rye is another crop which I don't believe has been added to this map. But that's also used in distillery like barley is. Nearest waypoint should keep us going straight. And we can just follow. So obviously as we clear more of this field off, this particular task is going to get easier. I'll be able to adjust the exit of the tractor trailer rig to make it a little bit clearer to get out. And also once the first loop's done, we'll be able to run a wider track with the Claas. Get quite close here. Oh, okay. There we go. So now it becomes a whole lot simpler. This would be a lot easier with a wider header on the harvester. We don't have that luxury right now. But there's nothing to stop us saying, hey, let's keep an eye out for a used forage harvester. I think this one was used. That can support a wider header. And then we can go with that. This is, in general, just gonna be a day of maize silage, I believe. Oh, why have you stopped? I got too far ahead. But I think the farm is doing quite well. I'm hoping. I think our seeders and the like will run on a 180 tractor, which does mean that Renault should be quite handy for doing some of the field work here. Off you go. Probably need to make sure I run a little bit wider on those corners. But the rounded corner, which is what I set up to rather than smooth, definitely works much better than a lot of tracks that we've been doing. So I've been using it for the mowers. I've set it up on the forage harvester, but it does mean that the equipment is not forcing its way into a corner and just messing up most of the time. Now, since this is corn, we should really plough this field. And I do have a plough. I can't remember what size plough I have. I'm going to wait till we get this filled up. But I might be able... Oh, just thought. The Renault doesn't have any attacher on the front. We could put a weight on, I think it's about 400 kilo weight, which may not offset the plough that we have or the cultivator that we have. But one of the problems I'm facing is the Claas is the only tractor I really want to be doing main field work with. I could use the Valtra TS, whatever it is. I think it's a Valtra S that we have. No, it's a Valtra T that we have. I could use the Valtra T, but I kind of want to keep the maintenance on that down by just using it for mowing work. And we will have a little bit of discussion on Disturb Simulations findings this week on maintenance. Now, it does seem that I was wrong about when increased maintenance cost kicks in. I was thinking your first 30% is free. It's not. You're still paying less per percentage point at 80% than you are at 70%. 90 is even better, but it's impractical to keep running back to the shed every time you hit 90% to get your vehicle fixed, or 95% or whatever. So you gonna cut in yet? I'm waiting for you to cut in, dude. knows. But he was also looking at, we are full. Things like, so the repair cost per percentage point increases, but is set by the purchase cost of the tractor. So obviously our Claas is the most expensive tractor we have. So in theory, it's the most expensive to repair, but we don't want to. So we don't want to do tasks that don't have a lot of horsepower requirements using the Claas. Now the Claas is obviously the most effective tractor we have when it comes to haulage. So I am looking at, this is going to be our haulage tractor, and it has no extra frills on it. So it's very cheap to maintain because of that. Oops. Let's pull forward a tad. Let's put a full lock onto the left. That should get the trailer into the lane, and then we can run up the field. And yeah, I didn't turn off the worker, so